What's up, guys? Titty Striker here. And after Alex Pereira's win over Yuri Prohaska, he didn't call out the man who's in the arena, the former champ, Jamahal. He called out Israel Adesanya, and he wants to save him and all that type of stuff. It sounded like he was being wholesome. But then he's like, Adesanya, come to your dad or whatever. But that fight, in my opinion, like, let Pereira get a few fights at 205, and Adesanya's taking a break. And then maybe you could do that fight down the line. But not right now. I don't want to see it. I want to see Jamahal versus Alex Pereira. And Jamahal, from what he's been saying, it seems like he's feeling better and he's sort of ready to go. What I'm hoping is that, Jamahal and Alex Pereira, either they fight at UFC 300 or they fight in May. That could happen, I don't know, because the pay-per-views already lined up January, February, March, and UFC 300. It could be Conor McGregor, it could be not. We'll see what happens with that. But in my opinion, the next match for Alex Pereira is a Jamahal fight, and that's a pretty interesting fight. I feel like Jamahal would probably be Yuri Prohaska as well. Although Yuri Prohaska is awkward for both of them, and I think both of them fighting Yuri is gonna look awkward because of what Yuri does and how he moves and everything. But fighting each other, I think, is gonna look like a more technical fight, a more technical brawl rather. Because we all know Jamahal likes to come forward. Alex Pereira likes to come forward. I'm not too sure about light heavyweight. It seems like at light heavyweight he's a bit more willing to get on the back foot and kind of wait for his opening to come. He's not bullying guys like he was at 185 pounds. But I think with Jamahal, I think you do gotta kind of give him some pushback, because if you just let him just pressure you, he's just gonna overwhelm you like he did with Thiago Santos, and eventually just find his range and his timing and everything. You gotta give him something back as well. But yeah, this fight, Jamahal and Alex Pereira, has been pretty anticipated, I would say, ever since Jamahal beat Glover Teixeira earlier this year in Brazil, which feels like a very long time ago. And then, Jamahal goes in and shakes Alex Pereira's hand, and they have this sort of stare down where Pereira's staring at him. He doesn't understand what he's saying because he doesn't speak English. And it just looks really, really cool because, Glover, I guess you could kind of say it's his sort of MMA mentor. Alex Pereira's an MMA mentor, and Alex Pereira just saw Glover get that beat out of him. He wouldn't his Glover get beat up pretty bad. It was his retirement fight, and he got beat up really bad by Jamahal. But that fight and that situation kind of sets up their fight. And right now I'm leaning towards Alex Pereira winning. I don't think he's gonna KO Jamahal. I don't know. I've said that he isn't gonna KO Yuri Prohaska, but Yuri Prohaska, he had been rocked a lot before. He's been rocked by everyone and almost finished by all his previous opponents in the UFC. Jamahal, on the other hand, if I'm not mistaken, he hasn't been rocked yet. His toughest fight has been the Glover Teixeira fight. Before that was the Thiago Santos fight. And in both of those fights, he did take a lot of damage. Before those two guys, he was kind of running through fighters. He had pretty good defense. He still had good defense in those two fights. But he was facing high-level competition, and he was getting clipped a lot more. So I think that Pereira is going to be able to clip him quite a bit. He does pretty well against softballs. He's technically got some of the best weapons to deal with a softball opponent. The number one best weapon is a left hook, and the second best weapon is a right cross. And Pereira doesn't use it too much, but he has a really strong right cross. He landed a lot and rocked Adesanya with that too in their first MMA fight. And he's got that right head kick he's got, and a great combo he landed in a KO to softball with before his UFC debut. Like he had those yellow shorts. I think it was in the LFA. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. He throws a right head kick, and then he kind of delays it, and then he throws a left hook. He throws a right head kick, then he kind of sets back his hands, and he throws like a left hook. That was like a reverse Dutchy combination. That's what they call it in kickboxing, or just like Muay Thai or whatever. It's like a Dutchy is like I think it's a punch to a kick, but a reverse Dutchy is a kick to a punch, and Pereira could use that against Jamahal. He's got some nasty leg kicks, and Jamahal has a wide stance. So I think his leg is going to get chewed up pretty bad, and I think Jamahal's chin is really going to get tested in this fight. It was tested against Glover and against Thiago Santos, which is why I'm like, okay, those guys are heavy hitters. Pereira's like, is he a heavy hitter or is he just like a different type of heavy hitter? I don't know yet. But I do think he's going to rock Jamahal in this fight. And I think he's just overall the better striker. I don't think Jamahal is going to, try to take Pereira down. I think he's got a bit more like pride and ego than Yuri Prohaska now. It sense that he's just going to want to prove that, he's that much better of a striker. And it could work out well for him. Like, if you look at Sean Strickland, he didn't grapple against Adesanya because he was saying, I'm a better striker than you. And he actually went out and proved it. But then you got situations where Sean Strickland tries to do that versus Pereira, and it doesn't work out well for him. So we'll see how it goes. But right now, my official prediction for that fight is Alex Pereira by decision. But it's going to be a great fight.